Did you know that in the south of Zhejiang, there's a super charming ancient city called Quzhou? It's just about a 400-kilometer drive southwest from Shanghai, or a quick 2-hour high-speed train ride. This ancient city has a history of over 1,800 years. Located at the crossroads of Zhejiang, Anhui, Jiangxi, and Fujian provinces, Quzhou has always been a bustling hub for merchants and scholars, a land highly coveted by many throughout history. Even today, you can still see a lot of ancient architecture, like the Bell Tower in the north, the Water Pavilion Gate in the west, and the Lixian Gate in the south. These landmarks piece together the grand layout of the ancient city walls from over 1,400 years ago, making Quzhou one of the best preserved ancient city sites in China. And get this, Quzhou has another cool title, thus is the Gateway, home of Confucianism. Do you know that Confucius' descendants, who originally lived in Qufu, Shandong, moved here during wars? They even rebuilt the Kong family temple, and since then, Quzhou became the center for spreading Confucian culture in southern China. Now, let's talk about Quzhou's natural beauty. It's absolutely stunning. Jianglang Mountain has unique Danxia landforms that will leave you in awe. And the peaks are so steep, they'll get your heart racing. It's even a World Natural Heritage Site. And then there's the Longyou Grottoes, an underground stone cave complex considered one of the 9 wonders of the world. It's a must-see for any adventurer. There are also many well-preserved ancient villages around Quzhou, such as Nianbadu Ancient Town, which was founded during the Tang Dynasty. Not only does it retain unique architectural style from the Ming and the Qing dynasties, but it also blends various regional cultures. If you are looking to experience traditional Chinese village life and folk culture, this place should definitely be at the top of your list. Finally, let's talk about food, and trust me, it's mouth-watering. Quzhou cuisine is famous for being fresh, aromatic, and spicy, with a unique twist compared to other Zhejiang dishes. You can't miss the 3 heads and 1 palm: rabbit head, duck head, fish head, and duck palm, Quzhou roast cakes, and the traditional soy milk of Nianbadu town. All these local snacks will give your taste buds a real feast. Let's start our adventure in Quzhou.
我们现在在从上海到衢州的高速路上，然后中午了，我们就来吃个饭。上海到衢州需要大概4个小时的车程，你也可以选择坐高铁，但是我们就选择开车，这样比较方便一些。因为到衢州还要去附近的地方玩，可能要走的地方比较多，所以我们现在来到嘉兴服务区吃个午饭。这个服务区应该蛮大的，而且嘉兴的粽子特别有名，我妈可能想吃粽子，所以我们到这个大的服务区里，好像一个商场啊，这是一个高速公路中间的一个服务区，看看有没有粽子吃。这个服务区好大。对呀，我也觉得他们家看起来好好吃啊。
这个是什么？什么猪肉？这个也叫，跟炒面也叫。你咋吃？啥吗？谢谢啊。有生煎，给我2个行吗？1个，我们这里2个没有了，够了是吧？对。妈也可以吃包子。
我要牛杂粉丝汤。
牛杂粉丝汤没有小份的，就25这个。
哦，对，这个。来一份吗？
这个套餐里面是
套餐
一个牛杂粉丝汤，2个生煎包，还有一碟小菜，海藻丝，
份牛杂粉是，再来一个那个
一个人那个套餐。
一碗单的，一碗套菜是吧？
好的。再要1碗小馄饨。
前面那里给的。
在哪块？
这牛肉不少哎。
Although we didn't go for Jiaxing's most famous rice dumplings, we still had what we considered a perfect lunch. After driving another 200 kilometers and stopping at a few different service areas, we finally arrived in Quzhou just as the sun was setting.
我们开了1下午的车，现在已经到了衢州啦。然后这个城市不大，但是看起来很干净哈，很干净。然后我们正好住在了江边的一个酒店，一会儿看看，有时间的话就去江边看一看。现在先去找一家本地的餐厅，尝一尝衢州菜。好像酒店附近就有一个还不错的店，就是这个，说是这个谢家小厨就是一个不错的本地菜。对，走吧。对啊。可以点一个那个乾隆鸭掌。
田螺鸭掌多少钱？
田螺鸭掌62块。要吗？
要一个。
要什么别的小菜就行了。
行，那你看。
我打了，等一下，好了一下。
好。哪个是田螺？这是鸭掌。哦，这是田螺，哇，好大的田螺！你看这么大田螺。它这个螺肉好像是先弄好了之后又给塞进去的呢，我怎么觉得？
是。田螺鸭掌好像是这里面本地的一个比较有名的菜，主要是鸭掌吧。
我觉得它是先把田螺肉给剁碎了，然后又拌的肉馅儿塞进去的，对不对？对。它不是一个田螺，它是把田螺重新加工了一下，对吧？它里面拌了肉馅儿，还有脆骨的味道。尝尝这鸭掌，你觉得鸭掌怎么样？
辣，太辣了。
鸭掌是他们这儿的
主打菜。
衢州的一个必吃的小吃就是鸭掌。
有水嘛，就养鸭。
看着挺有风味的，可能虽然对你们来讲有点辣。
你是这样，正好不算辣，
有点辣。
The dishes here are definitely spicier compared to other parts of Zhejiang. My parents kept wondering why Quzhou's flavors are so different.
有所不知，衢州的地方是3省的交界处，
对，
是对，那个江干、徽干这，所以仙霞关，咱们之后要去的仙霞关，它就是这个3省交界的重要的关口，所以它靠近江西，江西人能吃辣，所以这是为什么他们这边也能吃辣。你看。刚刚那顿饭花了140，还行，
挺好的，140不
贵对吧？
The next day, we kicked off our journey to explore this ancient city's 1,800-year history.
就是衢州古城的今天咱们要走的地方。咱们现在不就在这儿吗？北门历史街区，然后沿着这个城一直走，然后走到这个孔氏南宗家庙，然后衢州博物馆，到时候看看要不要去，然后就到这个叫釜山公园，里面有什么孔子文化公园啊，什么钟灵塔，就这个里面逛逛。逛出来之后，就在这边吃个饭。然后呢，咱们今天下午就到这个水门亭历史文化街区，所以这个就是咱们今天整个人要走的地方。
Let's take a stroll through the charming Beimen Historical and Cultural District. This place has now become a paradise for local food lovers. If you are a foodie, you definitely can't miss it. As you walk down the street, the most eye-catching landmark is the ancient bell tower, built over 400 years ago during the Ming Dynasty.
那个应该就是古钟楼。
Fun fact, this very tower was even mentioned in the stories of Pu Songling, the famous writer of supernatural tales in the Ming era. If you are a fan of strange tales from a Chinese studio, wouldn't you love to see this mysterious tower in person?
哇，这个应该真的是明朝建的那个古的城楼，可能啊，然后后来给重新修缮了一下。哇，啊，这就是咱们刚刚是不是这个嘛？那个就是
对，咱就来这里。
钟楼，然后咱们一会儿就从这儿一直这样走下来。刚刚是从那边过来的，应该是吧？
Back in the day, this bell tower played a crucial role in city life. Before clocks were widely used, the city's daily routine depended on it. Ringing in the morning, drumming at night, keeping everyone on schedule. And it wasn't just for timekeeping. In emergencies, the tower served as an alarm system. One strike of the bell, and the whole city knew to take action. Pretty cool, right? Right next to the bell tower, there's an ancient ancestral hall hidden away. It was built in 1268 during the Southern Song Dynasty. This hall is dedicated to honoring a legendary upright official from the Northern Song Dynasty, Zhao Bian, who lived over 1,000 years ago.
太子少师，谥号钦献，衢州人，为官45载，官至参知政事，是北宋著名的政治家。因不惧权贵，正气凛然，被世人称为铁面御史。所以是个祠堂，不是说他住的地方或者什么，只是纪念，因为这是他的老家。
He was famously called the Iron-Faced Censor. Just from that title, you can tell how strict and incorruptible he was. Zhao Bian was actually a native of Quzhou, and his legacy of honesty and diligence has been respected for centuries.
谁？是吗？跟苏东坡也是同事啊！真的也这儿了，真的哎！表中观碑，苏轼局部复原的，苏轼亲手给他题的墓碑。
This ancestral hall stands as a reflection of his virtues, reminding us even today of the importance of integrity and righteousness. It's not just about remembering him, it's about carrying forward his values and keep the spirit of justice alive.
我感觉这个城市它是不是有那种 夜市文化或者饮茶文化，因为你在这个小巷子里面经常可以看到这些茶台、茶桌，然后整个建筑古香古色的，很漂亮。这些所有的小门店装饰的都很漂亮。
Looks like I arrived a bit too early. It's not the liveliest time of the day, and most of the shops haven't even opened yet. But I can already imagine how bustling these tea houses and restaurants must get in the evening after work. The whole street must come alive with people enjoying food, drinks, and lively conversations.
这儿应该是古戏台，对吧？古戏台，然后这下面有个双眼的古井，年代已经不可考了。
The virtuous are never alone, for they have neighbors. And a gentleman seeks harmony but not sameness. If these famous sayings sound familiar to you, then you are probably no stranger to Confucius and his wisdom. Confucius, a towering figure in Chinese intellectual history, has influenced Chinese thought for over 2,000 years. Temples dedicated to him can be found all across China. But did you know that there are only 3 family temples that were personally established by Confucius and his descendants? And the Confucius Southern Ancestral Temple in Quzhou is one of these priceless treasures. Originally, Confucius' ancestral temple was in Quzhou, Shandong. However, over 700 years ago, during the Northern Song Dynasty, due to the turmoil in the north, Confucius' 48th generation descendant took the wooden statues of Confucius and his wife and fled south to Quzhou. Emperor Gaozong of the Song Dynasty even granted them permission to build an ancestral temple in Quzhou to continue spreading Confucius' teachings. This is how the southern lineage of the Confucius clan took root in Quzhou. From then on, Quzhou became the home and educational hub for Confucius' direct descendants and a thriving center for Confucian scholarship. The city is even affectionately referred to as Southeast Quli, the Holy Land of Southern Confucius, a name borrowed from Qufu's Quli. The Confucius Temple is truly a vast and solemn place, designed with China's traditional central axis symmetry, which is very thoughtful and deliberate. As you walk along the central axis, the main structures such as the Gate of Great Accomplishment, the long corridor, and the Hall of Great Accomplishment gradually unfold before you, like chapters of a historical story. On either side, the auxiliary buildings are symmetrically distributed, creating a sense of harmony. This not only reflects the aesthetic concept of harmony, but also gives us a glimpse into the strict hierarchical system of Asian architecture. Now, the Hall of Great Accomplishment is the main hall of the temple and the tallest building. Majestic and grand, it holds deep cultural significance and is a prime example of the Ming Dynasty's double-eaved, hip and gable roof design. As you enter, you will notice 2 plaques with inscriptions written by Qing Dynasty's emperors Kangxi and Yongzheng. These inscriptions serve as a reminder to future generations of Confucius' supreme position in the creation of Confucian culture. Additionally, the Quzhou Confucius Temple features a unique building called the Silu Pavilion. The Lu refers to the hometown of Confucius, Shandong Province. This pavilion represents a longing and attachment of the Confucius descendants after their migration south. The Quzhou Confucius Temple is not only a place to honor Confucius, but also an important base for spreading Confucian culture. The southward migration of the Confucius clan had a profound impact on Quzhou and the entire Jiangnan region, making Confucianism more accessible and integrated into daily life. When you visit here, you'll deeply feel the vastness and depth of Confucian culture and appreciate the unique charm of Confucius' teachings. This is the ancient city of Quzhou. We've already explored the North Gate district and the solemn Confucius Temple. Next, we have two more incredibly charming ancient city wall sites awaiting us, the Shuiting Gate in the west and the Lixian Gate in the south. Speaking of the Shuiting Gate district, it's like an architectural showcase of Quzhou's ancient city. Walking here feels like flipping through a living history book, with traces of culture all around. The Shuiting Gate is actually the best preserved city gate in Quzhou, dating back to the Han Dynasty over 2,000 years ago, and it was further perfected during the Ming and Qing dynasties.
朝京门。这个城墙始建于东汉，1922年，现在已经有将近2000年的历史，1800多年的历史。
Local records say that because there was a pavilion outside the city with the Qujiang River flowing gently underneath, the gate was aptly named Shuiting Gate, meaning pavilion by the water. In this district, the traditional architectural style and the arrangement of the streets and alleys are preserved in excellent condition. The kind and approachable Grandpa Confucian has become a trend beloved by young people. As you walk around, you'll encounter pagodas, temples, ancestral halls, guild halls, and traditional residential houses scattered throughout. Strolling through these narrow lanes feels like traveling through time, with each step taking you along the stone paths of an ancient dynasty, evoking a sense of wonder and nostalgia. By the time we arrived at the Great Southgate Ruins Park, the sky was already darkening. The winter weather in Quzhou was drizzly and overcast, and the ancient Lixian Gate stood tall in the center of the street. The old city wall, built over 2,000 years ago, has been repaired in various dynasties throughout history. The section we see today is a remnant from the Ming Dynasty, about 400 years old. After centuries of storms and battles, The wall is now scarred with bullet marks, standing solid and weathered beneath the slightly gray evening sky.
这就是进到城里面来了。可以上城墙哦。
We walked up the wall like ancient city guards, gazing out at both sides of the fortifications. What was once the boundary of the city has now become a corner of a bustling urban center. Today, the population and area of Quzhou far surpass what the ancient city ever was. Dynasties have come and gone, and as I stand on this ancient wall, I'm grateful that some historical heritage has been preserved, allowing us to experience the passage of time and development of civilization.
最早可能也可以追溯到汉朝，将近2000年。礼贤门。
Places with long histories often give rise to grand ancient man-made structures, and Quzhou is no exception. At the foot of Phoenix Mountain, on the northern bank of the Qujiang River, there lies a mysterious and majestic underground complex. Stay tuned and follow me. Next time, we'll explore the Longyou Grottos, hailed as the ninth wonder of the world.